Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Dre. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Pisces in May 2020. What is going on, Pisces? How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. What's up, my fishies? I miss you guys, and I miss you guys because I know Pisces in my life, a particular Pisces, my best, and I haven't seen her in such a long time, so I miss my Pisces personally. I miss you guys. I'm happy to see you here in this video, or I'm happy to deliver this video to you. Hopefully you're doing well in the middle of quarantine, or hopefully towards the end of quarantine. Hopefully many of us will be going back to some type of normal schedule, some type of normal way of going about our lives, getting out of the house and going back to doing, our jobs, seeing people, visiting. Hopefully that's what we're seeing in the month of May, and hopefully by June or July. Yeah. In any case, Pisces, I hope that you're well. I hope that you're safe. I hope that you're happy and healthy as much as you can be. I know it's a struggle for many of us who may have lost our jobs, who may be looking at financial crisis, might be looking at a crisis in terms of trying to feed yourself, stay on top of bills, whatever it is. So if you are struggling, you do have my sympathies and my empathies, okay? But hang in there, reach out to people, try and find the correct resources that you can in order to help yourself, okay? Don't let this moment in time, because that's all it is, it's a moment in time, defeat you, right? Okay, enough of my little spiel, because I care about you, okay? Let's get into it. Pisces, I've shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I'm going to shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Timestamp is in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down there, you will find the information you need if you want to purchase a personal reading with me. Simply, email me after your payment is sent, or vice versa, whichever chronological way you want to do it. It doesn't matter. But once all that information is sent to me, I'll contact you and let you know what's up and when to expect your video. If you have a question before you place an order, though, you can email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as I can. Also down there is the information you need if you want to follow me on Instagram. That name will reappear right here through the magic of editing. Ta-da! It is EmpathicFire Tarot on Instagram. I was doing pretty good there almost every day or every other day, something like that. I had to fall behind a little bit because I was doing personal readings. I am still working from home. I am still a human being that requires rest and feeding and all other things that humans need. So I didn't have that much time to get on Instagram, but I promised to get back onto it, doing oracle interpretations over there, or intuitive interpretations over there. I think I might do some pick a card over there just to kind of spice it up, do tarot readings here, do pick a cards over there, just to see what I think works for both platforms. So if you want to follow me, again, it's EmpathicFire Tarot. All right, let's get into it, Pisces. Your energy has me excited, and I don't know why. Are you excited? That's good. But anyway, let's see an outcome for Pisces in May 2020. Let me see Pisces outcome in May 2020. Please show me. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Okay. And look at that, my friends. Was it Libra? You're only the second sign, I think, that had all your cards come face up for the month. So usually for me, just as a, very low level interpretation, this is usually the indication that things are coming to light, or that certain conversations or information will be revealed. If not, it has already been revealed. Things are, plain to see. Okay, maybe, but we'll see once we get into the message. So, please show me where Pisces is in May 2020. Please show me Pisces in did I say April? I hope I didn't. In May 2020, or maybe I was about to say April then. Anyway, May 2020. Where is Pisces? Please show me. Wow, that was like 4 places. Come on, there are 6 there. Please tell me, where's Pisces? All right. Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Because sometimes they're like, here, blah, 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 blah. They're like switching it so fast. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not a computer. I am a human. Okay? Anyway, also Pisces, well, I'll mention it so that I do the timestamp correctly so everybody can understand. Pisces, coming into your reading, you come in with the Ace of Swords. So, as I was about to announce to everybody, I forgot in the pre-shuffle. I apologize in advance. They're doing some type of construction behind where I live. So if you hear a lot of hammering or saws or any type of invasive noises, I apologize. Also, in one of the videos, someone brought it to my attention. There was like a interference sound or something. Well, I discovered it was an interference sound. I believe it's a cell phone call coming from my neighbors. So if you hear that, I do apologize. I hope to get some equipment or some little clippy things that can hopefully deter that from happening. But Pisces, here we go. I'll say it again now. You start with the Ace of Swords. Now, big old truth, baby. Big old? No, big old truth. Expressed freely. Letting your mouth loose, letting your freak flag fly is one of the terms they're putting into my head here, but expression. Open expression of ideas, open expression of what you feel, what you think, what you have been possibly withholding in a situation or in a particular dynamic. I'm getting like saying what needs to be said. Okay, some of you are out here doing your social justice work. Perfect, beautiful. That's one of Pisces' things, is to stand up for the little guy. Get it? And I don't know like on what scale that is. It could be very small, it could be very large, national, international, whatever. I don't know. But in some, and that's possibly not even particular to many of you. It could just be what's in your energy, is to stick up for the little guy. Don't let anyone get away with bullshit, is what this feels like. Yeah. So you're holding people accountable. Hopefully you are also holding yourself accountable, Pisces. I gotta be real with you. It's well to point fingers, but make sure that, you handle your shit and you keep yourself in check. Okay. And that's not a read, and that's not me being shady or, trying to talk down to you. It's literally that. It's self-work. It's a part of self-work in my estimation. But, more to the point, I get that there's like a big sense of bravery here, right? This is the old, or excuse me, not old. This is the English Magic Tarot deck, and a lot of their archetypes are kind of medieval, right? And I get this sense of like you getting into your suit of armor, about to go out on the battlefield, or about to address your army of of horseback soldiers or knights or whatever it is, right? Making a like that scene from Braveheart with Mel Gibson. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. And it's like that whole, he's riling up his Scottish boys, his army of the Scots, to face down the huge English army, which was trying to oppress them with tyranny, right? I get it. Good for you. I like this. I like this a lot for you. Okay. If you're not giving big speeches in the middle, of a battlefield in a kilt, I think you're just being honest with people in a way that is possibly unexpected or shocking to the other person, or maybe even to yourself. You might be shocking yourself. Perfect. I love when Pisces does that. It makes me happy when you guys do this. It's deserved. Or it's been a long time coming, Pisces, for you to do this, to express this, to be open enough to say what you feel, say what you think. I get the sense that in some of your cases, a particular someone, or a certain environment, if not a someone, an environment, or a pattern in behavior amongst several people. That came up for someone else too in a reading. This is about patterns that you see repeating themselves in your family circles, with your friends, when you're at work, when you're casually dating. I get the sense that many of you Pisces have felt silenced. You have felt as if people haven't respected you enough to hear you out, haven't respected you enough to value your opinion, to value your input, to value that you are a person with feelings, and of course you're going to say something, or of course, enough is enough, right? That's what this feels like. Enough is enough. I'm not going to allow you or her or him or anybody to bulldoze me, to bully me, to belittle me, to make me feel as if I don't have a place in this world, or I don't have a place in this family, or I don't have a place in this company. I don't have a place wherever. Being undermined, being undervalued, being underserved, being disenfranchised, being ostracized and pushed to the left is donezo. Good for you, damn it. Now, what else happens, Pisces? That's just the initial feeling. And I ask where you are, and I hope that's you. Keep in mind it's a general. It doesn't have to be you, Pisces. It could be someone you're dealing with, okay? But I hope it's you, because I love when Pisces wins. I don't know why. Call me biased. I like you guys, okay? Now, what else happens for you, Pisces? Yes, yes, yes. You are bossing it up. Everybody about to lose their heads. Figuratively, okay? But you're bossing yourself up, okay? Some of you are in your independent glamour shot. Look at this guy. Look at this knight. Oh, it's a knight. Like I was just saying about Braveheart and being on the battlefield, right? So it's a knight. Nine of Coins is about independent energy. And I said glamour shot because I was actually watching a YouTube video recently where someone, it was a meme. It was a meme chain or something like that on Facebook. And like, it was like terrible glamour shots from like, bands and performing artists in the 80s. Very awkward poses. Lots of very tight lycra and spandex and big old hair and lots of eyeshadow, okay? Anyway, so this is you though. Poised, strong, very like ready to receive your due. Now, I don't think some of you might. Like some of you might be on the warpath. Some of you might be like going to everybody and like eat it. Eat all of this because this is what your mistreatment of me has brought out. It brought out my flex. This is the biggest flex I got on you, and you're going to eat every inch of it, okay? Some of you are in that energy, and I'm here for it. I like it. More to the point, though, I think this is independence. I think this is autonomy. I think this is you valuing yourself, because Coins, Pentacles, in Tarot talks about the things that we value, right? So you value yourself. You value your contributions. You value your time. You value your money. If people have been after your bag and people have been borrowing money from you, or people have been relying on you to pay their bills, and you are not in you're not in the mood to do that anymore, you're within your right to say, no ma'am, no sir, I'm not paying your bills. I'm not paying for that. I'm not doing that. It's whatever it is. The point of the Nine of Coins is choosing when and where to be involved. Choosing when and where to place your value, your personal value, off to the side for a second and assist another person or act as a resource to another person. Yeah? Your ability to choose, or you focusing on when and where you choose to do whatever it is you're doing, perfect. That feels so good right now. You need that. You will not always act this way. Your nature as a Pisces of being that caretaker, of being a nurturer, will eventually come back, and this will go away for a while. But when you in your boss energy, okay, when you get in the boss energy and you're not taking anybody's shit, I'm here for it. Because if you don't know, that's kind of my whole thing about doing tarot and doing my own personal journey, and what I advise to people most of the time is you have to act in your own behest. You have to act in ways or make moves that in some way benefit you. Not all the time, not as the primary beneficiary of anything that you do. Charitable acts, I get behind them. I perform them all the time myself. But if I don't have enough to give, I'm not going to give it. Maybe that sounds stingy, but hear me out. Especially you, Pisces, where you guys know where many of you have been. And again, it's a general, it could be flipped, okay? But if you're if you are practiced and mastered in giving, and that's all you do. if that's what you primarily do. Someone asks you for a favor, if your automatic answer is yes, here's the ability, not even the definite, but here's the realization that you come upon that says, you know, I don't have to say yes. You're fucking right, you don't. The Nine of Coins, like I said, part of why I like this card and part of what I do with my work in this channel and what I do when I work with clients is I advise people to choose. Don't run on autopilot of always yes or always no. Okay? Have discernment, know your value, know your worth, and apply it in every single situation. It has to be a conscious, intentional act to say, yes, I will help you. Yes, I'll loan you the money. Yes, I'll volunteer my time, or I'll open up my schedule so that you and I can have a conversation, or to say no to those things. You have to be able to discern it every time the proposal, the request comes towards you. And the backbone of this is truthfulness. The backbone of this is being a straight shooter, Pisces. I love it. What else is there in Nine of Coins? Some of your cases, not all. This is not a love reading, but if there's been a shakeup in your love life, or there's some, I don't know what's going on. Are we serious? Are we not serious? It's that situationship crap, or it's a hit back situation, a revolving door, whatever. In some of your cases, you're finally deciding to be single. You're finally deciding the dating game isn't where you need to be. I need to prioritize loving myself. Loving myself. I need to prioritize having some harsh truths with myself. I told you that Ace of Swords isn't always just for everybody else. You could get in on that action too. Have some very harsh truths with yourself. Possibly, right? Some of you are getting rid of that, you know, that recycled person who keeps coming around in your life, who keeps knocking on your door every couple of months. Hey, Pisces, how's it going? Yeah, I'm fine. What do you want? Right? Maybe you don't say it that way because some Pisces aren't as feisty as your girl here. I'm a Leo. I'm very feisty. You know, I can't help myself sometimes. But if that's not your bag, you might not approach it in that aggressive way, but you might be, again, discerning. Not automatically opening up when this person says, hey, I miss you. I miss you too. Can I help you? Well, I mean, I thought we could get together. You know what? We're actually in a quarantine right now, so no, we're not getting together right now. Oh, come on, Pisces, don't be like that. No, I'm serious. Holding your boundaries. Boom, boom. Get into it, Pisces. Do it. Damn, I love it. Now, this confirms it even further. Queen of Swords energy, air sign energy. Oh my God, I almost said Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air sign. You could be dealing with an air sign. This could be the person coming back to you. If it were to be them, I'll entertain that for just 2 seconds because I don't really think this is that. I don't think it's primarily this the energy of what this card is representing, but it could be. The Queen of Words see, did I say Queen of Words? Words is what I was going to say. Anyway, the Queen of Swords is a master of words. Very clever. Okay. Very easily able to manipulate when she wants to. She, only because it's a queen, we could be talking about a male. It doesn't matter. There is no gender. But the Queen of Swords is masterful in getting information, disseminating information, hiding information when necessary. Like, this is a very strategic person in terms of communication, okay? If it is the other person. Most likely, how I'm feeling this energy, it's not them, but if, you know, you got this shady person who comes back around, romantic entanglement or not, it could be like a cousin or a brother or a sister or your parents, you know, I don't know your life, okay? They come back and they do it strategically. They have a plan in place and they're trying to execute their plan. They're trying to get in close so that you take care of them, so that you can provide them with some type of resource or provide them with some type of money, some type of, you know, place to stay for a minute. And then, you know, when they're ready to bounce out, they will do so. Now, how it affects you, how this energy applies to you, Pisces, is meeting them where they live. Meeting them where they live. What does that mean? Now, some of you, Pisces, okay, some of you might be doing that. Oh, Pisces, I want to see you in this quarantine. I want to get together. And you might say, oh yeah, let's get together. And you're like, meet me at, you know, Panera Bread. Meet me at Chipotle. meet me at the parking lot behind the Kroger, whatever it is, right? And you bring them all the stuff they left at your place. You bring them, you know, divorce papers. You bring them something that sends a message. By the way, this is over. Highly dramatic. I'm kind of here for it in the moment, but it might lead to some bad shit, so be careful what you do. But that, you know, it's like a checkmate. Like, oh, you're doing your whole, let me slink back into your life. Let me play like I wasn't a total piece of shit. Let me one-up you, buddy. Let me one-up you, sis. Here's all your shit back. Stay out of my life. Now, this message comes out often for Pisces, where I feel you draw the line with people. And here's what I know about you, lovely Pisces. I love you guys so much, but here's what I know. But I'm feeling it. This is one of the strongest that I've ever felt it. Maybe it's that Scorpio full moon that's going on. I think today's the first day of the Scorpio full moon. Scorpio energy, your fellow water sign, is intense and very much a revenge plot type of energy. Not saying that this is the green light to do anything. Do not take that out of context, okay? I'm not saying I bless you, my child. Go get your revenge. No. But the energy in this moment, in this day that I'm filming this, today is May the 7th, okay? It's like this intention, or excuse me, there's this intense energy, this of bold action. You know, Scorpio takes bold action after they decide. It takes them a while to decide, but once they decide, it's bold, final, fatalistic action, 8th house, endings. So that's what I feel here. You are in this energy more than ever. I feel it like you mean it this time. You may have been around the block with this person, or again, it could be several people, because for some of you, it's not even a specific person. It's just this pattern that you repeat with friends, with families, with coworkers, with yourself. You make all these promises to do better next time, and then next time comes and you fall back into the same old shit, even though it's a new person, right? So that means you have patterns in your own, well, I was going to say in your own DNA, in your own personality, in your own ability to discern, to make decisions and be finalized or finalistic with them, right? And then also the environment. You know, some of you, the environment. If you are in a hostile workplace, or you're in a workplace where you're not valued and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to stand up for myself. And then the moment that you do in this hostile work environment, your boss shoots you down, coworkers say you're being irrational, or coworkers say, oh man, you're overreacting, or whatever they say. And you're criticized. And you stick with that for 5 more months. You stick with that for another 8 months. And then something happens again and you're like, you know, I really ought to say something, or I've had enough of this. I'm gonna demand this, and I'm gonna go in there and put my foot down. And then again, not even your boss this time. Could be someone working in the freaking mailroom, or somebody who, you know, is custodial staff, and they're like, you know, they don't care about that shit around here, and you become discouraged. The environment that you're in won't, to a certain extent, won't allow you to be that person, to be that, you know, self-possessed, strong person that I feel you want to be, or you will be becoming. Yeah. So do a check. Is it the people I'm around? Is it the environment? Is it me? It's probably a mixture of all three and more. Okay, there are many factors, many variables here. But I feel with this little corner we've talked about, and, you know, again, you're meeting the person or the energy, the environment, the patterns where they lie. You're making this person think, oh, I met my match. Yes. Pisces is making this person, making this situation, or you might be surprising yourself. Oh, I did it. I'm checkmating myself. Whatever you're doing. Okay? Regardless, the Queen of Swords, whether it's an external energy and or your own energy, or a facet of what's going on with you right now, is super clever with the language, with the use of language, with the use of communication. Okay? Very sharp-witted. Nothing gets by her. Again, it's just because it's a queen. Nothing gets by this person. So some of you, They give me like a lay in wait energy, or this feeling of lying in wait. I mean, she looks pretty chill. She's just sitting there on that chair or on that throne. But look at her sword. She's ready to swing. So there's some of you might be springing a trap. Some of you might be springing a trap, or you're waiting patiently on something. And when that moment comes, you know, now's the time to act. Now's the time to strike. I've been waiting. Now I'm ready. Chop, 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 chop. Again, figuratively, I do not condone any type of violence. All right? Pardon me. Sorry. You talk all day, you get thirsty, friends. Now, what else happens, Pisces? There it is. That good old that good old Pisces uncertainty. Okay? Here you go. I mean, you guys, most signs, if not all signs, can't fight their nature. To some extent. You just can't. So here you have 7 of Cups. That uncertainty that comes about in Pisces' mind, in Pisces' heart, when you're face down with making a decision, or you're looking at a situation trying to figure out what the next best move is, or after you've made a move, you're like, was that the right move to make? Oh, and you might have a little bit of a panic. You might go into that room, go into that company, go into the room with your father, go into that room and want to sit down and have a discussion with your spouse. And you have the discussion, you say the sharp words, you used all your tactics that you built up over here, Ace of Swords, Nine of Coins, Queen of Swords, right? And you use it all, and then 2 seconds later, maybe not 2 seconds, but give it a few minutes or a couple of days, and you're like, oh shit, what did I do? Yeah? I let the dragon out. Ah! And so some of you might have a little bit of a remorseful energy over what you have said or what you might say, you know? And I'm not here to dissuade anybody, except unless you're like out here trying to like hurt people and be vindictive and all that stuff. Don't do that kind of stuff. But as far as like living in your truth, and when I say living in your truth, what do I mean? Living, again, with your autonomy, with your ability to discern and perceive how you're valuing yourself on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis. Am I always acting in a way that supports my well-being, supports my goals, supports my health, supports my happiness, supports my bottom dollar, my pocketbook, whatever? Whatever you're valuing, whatever is important to you, are you always moving that towards that goal or in that trajectory? Are you ever backsliding? Are you ever standing still, stuck in a sandpit? Are you ever moving backwards away from living up to that autonomy? That is what I mean when I say live your truth, live autonomously. Not put yourself first, but make sure that you prioritize yourself somewhere in the business that you're doing, somewhere in the conversations or the relationships that you hold. Don't get involved in anything that doesn't value you. Why? So, now that I reminded you, here you go. After making the decisions to hold the line, hold yourself accountable, hold other people accountable, stand up for the little guy, which might be yourself, might be other people. You know, you might be doing this work on the benefit of other people. You might be speaking up on other people's behalf. Fine, perfect. But the moment that you start to act so strongly, some of you are like, oh no, what have I done? Fair. Not just a Pisces thing. Everybody does that. But what happens, Pisces, is you run around in your mind, in your heart, in your little old, little old lake bed, wherever your little 2 fishes swim around in a circle. And you contemplate weighing the options or playback. Some of you, this is playback. You play back the moment. Was that the right word to use? Should I have sat down when I spoke to the group, or was standing up too much? Was I being too aggressive? Oh man. And then, should I have used a PowerPoint, or should I have just gone, completely off of memory? Like you're rehashing what you have done, or you're thinking of what you will do, and you're trying to plot the best course. And the thing about Pisces relative to, in this moment, it's very, well, oh, you're right, because that's your opposite sign, right? Your 12th house and their 6th house, Virgo. Virgo is the same way. Analysis paralysis. You do it probably, if not less than them, you just do it differently than them. But both you and Virgo, and I'm only mentioning this because they're your opposite sign. I've mentioned this in a couple readings, and I guess I should start putting it into most. Study your opposite sign. It's basically you, but on the other side of the coin, right? You pick any coin here in the States. Let's pick a quarter, right? Front side of the quarter is George Washington's head, right? What's on the back side? That eagle, okay? Same coin, same value. It will get you 25 cents worth of something, but there are two sides to it, yeah? So, same thing with your opposite sign. Same principles, helping others. 6th house, 12th house, both of you, right? Kind of being, how can I say this? Kind of, okay. Being creative or being unique, but also being kind of normal in your uniqueness. I don't know if you're going to be able to relate to how I view that, or how I'm interpreting that. But there are many similarities between you and Virgo. One of them, like I was mentioning, especially in relation to this Seven of Cups, which is a part of your reading, is this analysis paralysis, thinking over and over and over again, running different scenarios, running different plans. That might be the difference, the subtle difference. Because again, I think many of you, this is after the moment. This is after the fact. Virgo would do it in the front. Go down all of the things and be like, which route is the best route? From A to Z, which option is the best? Pisces will say, all right, I'll go with option H. I'll do option H. Another Pisces says, oh, I'm going for option T. If it's literally, from A to Z, right? Another Pisces is like, oh, it's always A. It's always A. And those three Pisces who decided their different routes, decided their different plays, or their different actions in a particular situation, which is very similar. Let's say, in this tarot reading, let's say you're all doing similar things, right? But all three of those Pisces are going to look back and say, oh, maybe I should have gone with option C or W or or K. You're going to second guess yourself after the fact. Virgo second guesses themselves ahead of the fact. Now, it's not always that way, but essentially you do the same things, just slightly differently, okay? So, Seven of Cups, what did I do? Was that the right thing to do? In some of your cases, what will I do? Will that be the right thing to do? Ultimately, getting yourself in a tizzy or spending more time than possibly necessary in confusion or uncertainty. Pisces, don't lose your momentum. Don't lose this momentum. We came in here strong with that Ace of Swords and through the Nine of Coins and over to the Queen of Swords. You have this momentum behind you. And I get the sense that some of you, before you actually take action and speak up or speak out or assert yourself in some type of way, you might back up off of the energy and let it rest. Don't do it. Push through, especially if this is what you can recognize as a pattern in your life, in your relationships, in your workplace, in your family. If this is protocol, if this is a normal way of being, I get all excited and I get really brave when I feel that I'm about to do something and it'll be incredible and I'm finally gonna tell these people what I think, and you never say it. Say that shit. Say it. Stop holding back. And I'm like whipping my head around. Stop holding back. What else is there? This Seven of Cups is stronger than it should be. If I'm honest. It should not be this strong. Considering everything else that's on this board, that Seven of Cups should not be that strong. What is that? Is that you? Did I mention that before? With the Ace of Swords? Criticism? I can't even remember if I did, because I was so excited with most of this reading. I really can't remember much of what I said about the Ace of Swords. So I could be excited for nothing. But is it influenced upon you to feel bad about what you say or do, or what you want to say or do? I did in the context of the environment. I did in that context. I for sure did in that context. I don't know if I did when I was talking about the Ace of Swords. But some of you, work, family, friends, you got people who detract or deter you, or who try to belittle you and tell you to shut your mouth. To hell with them. Push them aside, not literally, but get them out of the way. That's bullshit. Unless someone is trying to prevent you from doing something because, well, actually, no. Let me go ahead and quickly amend myself, because some of these people who are dissuading you, who are deterring you, they say, it's for your own good, Pisces. I'm looking out for you. Take it with a grain of salt. Discern, discern, discern with the 9 of Coins, okay? I get the sense that some people want to hold you back, possibly intentionally, but more because maybe not why they do. They just do. Maybe they believe you're not capable. Maybe they, like I said, maybe some of them are like, I'm looking out for you. I don't want you to get hurt. Fair, if they're being honest, and if that's really their motivation. It's not to control you, but in some cases it is. So in some of your cases, it's, I don't want you to get too big for your britches, Pisces, so I'm going to cut you down, or I'm going to make you think your ideas are not as great as you as I know they are. Because what? Jealousy, envy, fear that you'll leave them. The person who's coming back in your life, fear that you'll leave them. Doesn't have to be romantic. Fear that you leave them in the sense of like, fear that you won't be available to them when they need you. If you, how can that be? What did I tell you? When you value yourself and you give yourself, you always do, you just, not just you, everybody has the power to say yes or no. Especially when you become an adult. When you're a child and, you know, all this other kind of shit, that's a little limiting. But everybody has the ability to say yes or no. But if you've been conditioned into some relationship, into some entanglement, where you normally say yes, you give in to someone else's desires or demands of you, right? You're a pleaser, right? When you do that, and people get comfortable with that, they want you to stay in that zone. They don't want you to think you have the right to say no to them. You do! Does it sound heartless if I'm talking about your relationship with your parents or with your children? Maybe. But in my estimation, and I've had this come up a few times in comments, and it's not a bad thing because I know people have different opinions. But let me tell you something. A lesson that I learned through my own experience as a person living in this world, family is always good and all. Love them, respect them, but guess what? They're people too. And we can all point to many well-known cases or many well-known examples of family that treats each other like crap, abuse each other, manipulate each other, neglect each other, violate each other, right? Across all relations. Sibling to sibling, parent to child, child to parent, okay? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the specific relationship is. Just because someone is your blood does not mean they treat you right. In fact, I would argue it allows them to treat you any way they want. Because we have this innate trust in family, right? We have this innate trust in family. They're supposed to love you, care for you, nurture you, support you, do all that good stuff. Leave It to Beaver, The Cosby Show, although now that's a little bit of a tainted reference, but you get what I mean. This whole idyllic feeling of what it means to be in a family unit and to rally around each other when it's needed. That can be used and manipulated to keep someone held back. So, for those who are like, oh, but it's my family. I'm not, and I don't mean to mock you with that tone, but it's just like, get real, friend. Get real. In my experience, in your experience, and so many other people's experiences, just because we're family is not a rule, or it's not automatic that you're acting and behaving and treating me with my best interest in mind, in your heart. You can say you love me. I mean, think about it, Pisces. And I'm not even predicting anything. I'm simply ranting on the idea that because someone's your family, because someone's your best friend, because you've known someone for 25 years, that means that you can trust them to the end of the earth. No, no, no. No, no, no. Always be discerning. Always be discerning. Always be critical of how other people factor into your life and why they do the things they do towards you. This Seven of Cups, if it doesn't belong to you, it's because someone else subjects you to that energy. I'm this, do that for me. Pisces says, okay, that makes sense. Pisces, I love you. Okay, that makes sense. And what was I about to say? Yes, I'm going back to that example because I'm going to keep it real with you and everybody who gets readings like this. Whether it's personal, whether it's here on YouTube, whether it's just you and me talking over a ham sandwich. I don't care. Someone can say, I love you, and punch you right in your fucking face the next second. And then after your nose is done bleeding, after you've put a cold patch on your soon-to-be black eye, they'll say it again. You know I love you. Not saying that's your experience, not saying that's my experience, because it's not. But I have known people to be in that experience, and they stay there. They think that's love. It ain't. So enough of that. What else happens in your story here? This is a setback. Whatever this is, as best as you can, challenge it. It's just an anonymous pair of hands on the internet. You ain't got to do what you want to do, or you don't have to do what I tell you to do. But I'm telling you, that is a setback. I don't like it. Trouble. Now, what else happens? In the bigger context, thank you. We can get back to this. Check it out, Pisces. Check it out. Where did we start? We had this nice little corner here, this nice little L-shaped corner, right? Lots of positive energy. I'm feeling that vibe. I like that vibe for you. We get here, get a little tanked. Where are we going? We're coming out of this in a positive way. We're coming back to what I think where we were starting, right? Yes. Yeah. Yes. Empress. Thank you. Secondary major for Taurus and Libra. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra or neither of them. You know, there's no reason to hang on to a sign unless you're like, oh my God, my mom, she's a Taurus. Perfect. Empress. Doesn't have to be a female, but it's this energy of creation. It's this energy of motherhood. Does not have to be specifically talking about a woman. Doesn't have to be talking about anybody who's a parent. But the Empress is a creator. The Empress is somebody who is the major arcana version of the Nine of Coins. And everything that I said about in the Nine of Coins applies to this card too. They corner each other. In my readings, when things corner, they speak to each other. That's like a direct line of conversation, or a direct line of communication, I should say. So directly speaking to the Nine of Coins, or rather the Nine of Coins is directly speaking to the Empress. This is a graduated level, a higher conceptualized or higher frequency of the Nine of Coins. So Pisces, as you go on in this experience, in your life, in this scenario, at this job, with this person, you know, wherever this applies in your life, as you go along, I hope that you will recognize you are the Empress. Even bigger than the Nine of Coins. You are the Empress. Some of you been working that job that doesn't respect you, that doesn't value you, that treats your ideas or treats your contributions like it's nothing. Take your bright ass, your brilliant ass, your amazing, incredible, smart, innovative ass somewhere else. You're like, but that's my job. How did you get that job? Were you born with it? No. In some of your cases, maybe it's a family dynamic. Maybe the job was given to you, whatever, you know, nepotism, whatever. But ultimately, guess what? Jobs, you're not married to them. It's not tattooed on your body, or, you know what I mean? It's a choice to do it. And what did I tell you? The Empress card is the graduated version, the higher frequency version of the Nine of Coins. Choose to be where you want to be, not where you hate to be, not where you are reluctant to be, not where you are afraid to be. Who would choose to be in a situation, in a frequency with a person that they're afraid of? Choose not to. The Empress does not, if you really, come on. Align with this, Pisces. Align with it so hard. Please, please do this. Okay? You don't have to, but oh my God, I want you to. I want you to so much. And it's not because, I know Pisces personally. Like I said, I haven't seen my friend in a while. I don't know everything that's going on in her life, and I don't know about the other Pisces in my life. But I'm telling you, for anybody who is empathetic, as is your girl Jay, what I feel is this need, or let's be honest, this desperation to be like the Empress. Go ahead and do it. Your fear holds you back. That Seven of Cups bullshit holds you back. Stop it. Try your best, whatever you need to do. Sometimes it involves risk, right? That's the other, there it goes. Risk. Risk averse with that Seven of Cups in some form or fashion. Like, that's a big ask to quit my job. That's a big ask to break up with this person. That's a big ask to stand up for, ask to stand up for myself. That's a whole lot of, I gotta commit to. Go ahead. Empress is on your side. She ain't afraid of nothing. Does this look like the face of a woman that is afraid of much? This is a lady that's been around the block, baby. No fear. No fear. Not saying go jump off of a cliff and skydive down to the bottom or anything like that. No, that's not what this is about. It's not that type of fear. Fear, if you don't know it, I would Google or research ego and fear and how it's related to childhood trauma or how we're raised and all that kind of. It's not fear like, oh my God, I'm so afraid of spiders. It's not that type of fear. It's not even, it's deeper than the fear of failing, or it's deeper than the fear of being alone. There's always a deeper meaning to it. You have on your side so much energy, so many messages that say if you just push through your fears, if you just stand your ground, you will be fine. You will, come on, Pisces, do it. Anything else? Creation, thank you. So, if the Empress doesn't have an opportunity, or she's in a situation that's not desirable, she chooses to remove herself. Knowing, not today, not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not even until 2 years from now. Whatever. She knows eventually, I'm going to get mine. I'm creating my abundance as I speak. That's the other thing some of you might need to get into. Intention, working with intention and manifestation. Part of my manifestation is just simply sitting here and saying, I am this. I will have that. Saying that shit aloud. That's one of the first things I advise to people who work with me privately. Here you go. Here's a little taste of what Jay advises to you. Talk to the universe. Don't believe in the universe. Don't believe in that there's this one cosmic source. Talk to Jesus. Don't believe in him? Talk to nothing. If you believe in nothing, I don't care what you believe. Talk. Speak it aloud. Speak it into existence is another way that people usually say that. Do it. I do it. And guess what? I get my shit. Not all the time. Some things are still out in the mail. I'm still waiting for those cosmic packages to come into my life. But recently, plenty of things have come into my life, and I'm like, oh, I spoke that. Jay is Empress. That's not a flex. I'm letting you know the shit works. Fool card. And there it is. The risk. The risk. To do this, Pisces, you got to walk a brand new path. Many of you. Some of you got to walk that path alone. Or you only take your most loyal companions and friends and trusted ones with you. What do you see there? You see this man, he's got his little knapsack, high stepping, high knees on out of there. What's next to him? A little golden dog. Maybe you got a little golden retriever at home. Actually, is this a bunny? Might be the bunny. My bad. Not even a dog. A bunny. Do bunnies come in a gold variety or a yellow variety? Probably. But whatever. It might just be you and your little dog, you and your little kitty, you and your little bunny rabbit, whoever, that has to walk out and get down this new road together. A little pair. You and your little four-legged pal. Okay? And you're like, oh, that means I gotta, leave my family behind. For now, yes. Forever? Maybe. But for the sake of your happiness, for the sake of your autonomy, for the sake of you being stronger, to be able to provide for yourself, to be able to discern and choose when and where and whom receives your resources, I would be down for that trip. personally, but if you're not, that's okay too. However, what have we talked about this entire time except for our little, pit stop in shitland with the Seven of Cups? Your desire to do this is so strong. It is here. You can, and what, did I mention that here or was that somewhere else? No, I think it was here. Okay. I'm still learning about this stuff, so, don't quote me, but what I am learning is, number one, yeah, I think it was your reading. I told you about the full moon in Scorpio today, right? If you watch this around now, you watch this today, tomorrow, 3 days after, that's fine. In a full moon, as I am learning, it's about releasing, right? You release all the things in your life that you don't want there. People, places, things, attitudes, behaviors, vices, whatever. You release it. Is it scary? Yes. But is it transformative? At this particular full moon, yes. You don't have any Scorpio cards on the board except for maybe, Seven of Cups. 5, 6, 7? Yeah, 7, 5, 6, 7 are associated with fixed signs. That's the water sign. So this is a Scorpio card technically, although I don't normally say that stuff. But this full moon in Scorpio is final. Scorpio is the house of death, where things go and they die. We transform. The moment you allow something to exit your life, you allow something else to enter. You want to be out of this bullshit on again, off again relationship. I don't know why. He keeps coming back. Oh, but I love her. She's so amazing and I think she's the one. How? She's married and she's with somebody else. He's got 4 other baby mamas or whatever the situation is. But you love him so much. And you want to be treated as if you're the one and only. Okay, get rid of that person. They're not treating you that way. And what did I just say about that Fool card? You might have to walk off all on your own. Price you pay to get what you want. I hope you can handle my tough love, Pisces, because that's what I think you need to do for yourself. It can't come from me. It can't come from your best friend. It can't come from the people around you that have told you that before. That job doesn't value you, Pisces. You're better than that place. Your family life, they take you for granted. They take advantage of you. They abuse you. They use you. You should, try and work on that. No external person can do this but you. The Fool is a solo energy. Aside from the companions who will support you. I'm sorry, I'm a little congested here, but the trajectory of this card, the Fool, isn't being led by the bunny or the dog or the turtle or the best friend. It's led by you, the person, the querent, the person who's watching this video. You are at the driver's helm. You're in the driver's seat, friend. What do you want to do? Fair question. I would appreciate your answer if you want to give it to me. If you want to reflect on this video and type your responses below, go ahead. But what I'm actually posing that question to you because nobody else can make you do this. Nobody else can decide to do this. And what have I told you this whole time? I'm here and supporting your autonomy. If you want to stay where you are because it's comfortable, because to some degree it's what works for you right now, perfect. Now might not be the time for you to take this exit ramp off of this highway of patterns, right? But if you are fed up with the pattern, get off the highway, baby. Outcome. 10 of Wands. Struggle. Strife. Difficult. Painful. Burdensome. Am I describing your life now? Or am I describing your life once you take the exit ramp? Probably both. Any transformation, any time you go from doing something that you are conditioned and used to, it's what you know, it's what you're used to, it's what you're comfortable with, that can be a burden in itself. I'm so burdened by this job where I'm undervalued, where people are using abusive or dismissive language towards me, but I'm conditioned into accepting the paycheck. It's got a good 401k. I love my dentist. I don't want to give up I don't want to give up my, good insurance, blah blah blah. It's a pretty good commute, blah 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 blah. But what are you getting every day? People with snarky comments, people who think that you're stupid or steal your ideas or whatever it is, right? Burdensome. To leave it, to say I quit, to put in work towards trying to find another job is burdensome. Well, I got to brush off my resume and I got to reconstruct that thing. Then I got to go on interviews. Then I got to sit in the waiting room and ponder all the ways in which, oh my God, am I making the wrong decision? That is a burden too. No matter how you slice it, Pisces, whether you stay, whether you go, whether you remain where you are, whether you make progress forward, you will feel burdened. Choose your path. Choose your path. Personally, as a person, as your reader, I love progress because it's a natural way of the world, baby. You grow up, don't you? You mature, don't you? You take family trips, don't you? You are never in the same spot for the entirety of your life. We are dynamic creatures. We live in a dynamic atmosphere. We live in a dynamic universe. Nothing is static here. It all progresses. So that's why I err on the side of progression. You got me? Overall energy. Get into it, baby. And I don't know why I keep calling you baby. That's such a new and weird thing. But anyway, get into it. High Priestess. Overall energy. Intuitive guidance. What is it to you? Is it me? Anonymous pair of hands on the internet? Maybe. Is it your friend who's been telling you this advice for the past 8 years of your life? Maybe. Is it a small voice inside of your head, in your heart, speaking to you in your dreams that is encouraging you to do something different, or encouraging you to look at things differently, or encouraging you to speak truths and stand up for yourself? Wherever, whatever it is, get into it. High Priestess wants you to act in the behest, on the behalf of your spiritual integrity. You can ponder that, consider that. Maybe it sounds like bullshit and fluff. Dismiss it then, that's fine. But ultimately, the High Priestess seeks for us to be aware of, in tune with, or questioning of spiritual integrity. It will reveal hurtful things. It will reveal, oh my God, I've been selling myself short. Oh my God, these people or that person was taking advantage of me. Oh my God, I've been hearing the same message for how long and I never listened. I was my own barrier. I was my own blockage. If that's your truth, if that's the actual integrity or the truth of your spirit, that's fine. Spirit is, like I just said a second ago, dynamic too. It evolves. It's not static. Everything evolves. Everything changes. You can get into that or you can let it go. It's your choice. It is always your choice. Pisces, that is your reading for May. I have enjoyed it. I didn't do these readings for you in Aquarius yesterday on the 6th. That construction that was going on outside was crazy yesterday. I'm doing your messages today. And this energy, as the kids would say, is lit. Okay? I've enjoyed doing this reading. If you enjoyed it, if there was something here that resonated for you, go ahead and give me a like. If you choose, you don't have to, of course. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how that resonated specifically for you. You may do so. Of course, you do not have to. Feel free to share the video and subscribe to the channel if you think you want to continue to see my content if you are not already subscribed. Pisces, I'll be back soon to do your mid-Mays, and then of course your Junes after that. I might do a surprise live kind of thing at some point in May, because as it is right now, I only go live once a month for the birthday season of whatever sign we're in. So I'm thinking of, spicing it up a little bit. So if you're subscribed, you should be able to see that notification, especially if you hit the little bell. So Pisces, wherever you are, however you are, I hope to see you in the future, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Take care.